Hawks 2-0 here during these playoffs. They're a young team. Maybe they don't know any better. Maybe first for the visiting Celtics with Garnett, Pierce, and Allen, the All-Stars, Rondo, and for the Atlanta Hawks, one of the youngest teams in the NBA, the rookie Al Horford has been.
You are called on to knock down shots. He's going to have opportunities. He has to find that jumper.
These Hawks have developed a lot of confidence. They got blown out in games 1 and 2, came back, winning game 3, and then coming from behind to win game 4 before Boston once again took control with game 5. Barton Williams, the first bucket of the game.
When you look at the Atlanta Hawks, that's going to be the key. The Celtics are going to get the ball out of the hands of Joe Johnson. Other guys are going to have to step up and make plays.
Pierce, going off his best game of the series, knocks down his first jumper. All right, what about tempo in terms of for Atlanta? They seem to thrive when they push the ball up, Jeff.
Well, I think tempo for them is more important than it is for Boston. Really good teams like Boston can play at any tempo. Atlanta needs it to be a faster pace, helter-skelter type of environment.
Smith inside. Pierce with the block. Bibby able to pick it up. Shot clock at 2. Williams misfires that time. It has been a physical series. There have been takedowns, stare downs, flagrant fouls, technical fouls. And again, a lot of the credit here, the Atlanta Hawks have not backed down from the physical play of the Celtics. Nice feed inside. Pretty pass from Ray Allen, and Perkins the finish.
The patience of Ray Allen had Kevin Garnett at the top of the key, but looked him off and found Perkins wide open underneath.
And the home team 5-0 so far. And there's Horford. Horford puts in. Boy, it's been really fun to watch Horford, the rookie, who had a terrific regular season, but to see him not be rattled at all by the postseason's been nice to watch.
I love the fact that he's staring down one of the greatest power forwards who's ever played the game, with Kevin Garnett, and he is matching him with intensity and really not afraid of the moment.
And Paul Pierce 2 for 2 to start. Celtics in typical fashion. In their 5 games, Ray Allen's led them in scoring twice, Garnett twice, and Pierce once. Very balanced team. Bibby, wild shot. And it's going to be Celtic ball. And let's send it over to Michelle Tafoya. Hey, Michelle.
Hey, Michael, I spoke with Doc Rivers just before the game. His biggest concerns tonight are getting back in transition defense and making the Hawks work against Boston's half-court defense. He said, if we make Atlanta work hard in the half-court all night, I'll be happy. As for the notion that the Celtics didn't play with intensity in their first 2 games here, Doc said the players believe that, and that's great by me. They can think of that, and I'll just get out of the way.
Offensive foul. Kevin Garnett didn't get out of the way, Michelle, and he draws the charge. But in all those series, Doc Rivers has been the team that's been the underdog. Now is the first time he's had a chance for his team the favorite.
It's funny how that works. The better team usually wins with the better players. No, but really, I mean, that's why it kills me, some of these complaints that fans and management have about their coaches when they lose to better teams.
Garnett way off the mark. Pierce on the foul. Well, Garnett went through that as a player in Minnesota. Oh, he's never gotten out of the first round for a long time. Well, his team was never favored to win any of those series.
Until they added Sam Cassell in his prime and Latrell Sprewell at the end of his prime. Then they had the #1 seeded team. He went to the Western Conference Finals, and then they lost to the Lakers in big part because of injuries.
Garnett, of course, this year, as you see, the Defensive Player of the Year. What a fabulous season he had. And we say it all the time. Garnett, in terms of his impact, it's not about numbers. It's so much more than numbers, Mark.
My problem is when you say Kevin Garnett, people say, oh, is he a winner? Yes, he's a winner. He has no business winning a championship up until this year. This is his first legit opportunity to win it all.
Marvin Williams, that looked like it hurt. He's okay, although it's a turnover. Early 4-point lead for Boston.
You're a championship player if you conduct yourself in a championship manner. You practice hard, you prepare, you think of your team first, you get ready to play. That makes you a championship level player.
And right now, Pierce playing beautifully. 4 for 4 from the field is Pierce. And the Celtics with a quick 6-point lead. Rondo knocked it out, but it hit the sideline. Mike Woodson, the head coach, now in his 4th year. He's seen some tough times here. He said the crowd in games 3 and 4 and what he expected tonight, it's been so much fun for him and for the players as they've made the progress, slow progress at times, but Certainly progress this year in this playoff series. Smith's shot won't go. Of losing seasons, including this year, as we see Smith go to the basket.
Oh, trying to be very aggressive, splits it.
And that was a mistake by Garnett, gambling for a steal. He's got to keep Smith square in front of him.
Is playing aggressively and playing smart basketball. It's a tough team, as he proved in Game 4 at 28 points and 7 blocked shots, which is a franchise playoff record. Nice play from Rondo to knock it off with Bibby. That broke the old mark set by Dikembe Mutombo, who had 6 once in a playoff game. So the matchups: Joe Johnson on Ray Allen, Williams on Pierce. Rondo is out of bounds. First turnover for the Celtics. That's one thing they've done extremely well here in the playoffs, averaging under 12 turnovers a game so far in this first round.
I really like what the Celtics are doing offensively. When you need to set the tone early, go with O reliable. Their best offensive play in Paul Pierce, isolating him and trusting that he makes the proper decision.
Johnson, last time on this court, he put on quite a show. Scored 20 points in the fourth quarter, 35 for the game. Did not play as well in Boston, but he is really starting to show people that he's a deserved All-Star this year and last year.
And you see Mike Woodson's adjustment. It was very easy to double team him on the wing and in the post. Now he isolates Joe Johnson up high. Much more difficult to double team.
Smith the block, but the Celtics stayed with the play, and Rondo, nice follow. Williams the runner. Top play. Marvin Williams showing his ability to go to the basket. For the PA guy yells defense as they're coming up the floor. There's a newness to the fans right here. Again, hasn't been since '99. And you guys both know when a team has not been in the playoffs, as Garnett misses for a long time, it's so special the first time you're back in the postseason, and the fans are having a great time.
Well, it's special for everybody across the board. The fans, the coaches, the players, the city. They have really embraced this basketball team. Well-deserved turn of events in Atlanta.
Here's his first miss. Horford calling for the ball. He's got Pierce on him inside. Paul Pierce with the foul. Crowd getting fired up. Horford. They call him in terms of his demeanor. Let's see the play again. Ooh, I think Pierce had a legit beat there.
Yeah, that's a jump ball right there.
Delaney, Mark Wunderlich, the 3 officials here.
The thing that's unbelievable
He
is
doesn't
that
care.
when you look at Joe Crawford and Bob Delaney, who would ever think they're the same exact age?
Oh, you took the bait. That's what Delaney told you before the game.
Yeah, Joe Crawford looks like he's at least 10 years older. And I think that comes back to not eating your vegetables when you're a young child.
Meanwhile, talking about young child, Rondo has really grown up this year. Makes a beautiful play. Mark, what's the biggest improvement you've seen from him?
From who was that?
Rondo.
I'm sorry. The thing
is that he's playing with better players this year, which makes it.
You saw his numbers, all his numbers, scoring, shooting percentage, assists, steals, all up from the regular season. And he's his first playoffs of his career, and he's trying to make the most of them.
And he has an edge about him. Right now, he feels like he's the best point guard on the floor, and he's playing against a proven guy in Bibby. Offensive end for the Houston Rockets. They're a different team with him in the line.
Rondo, oh, nice move from Rondo. It's always about the point guard with him. You ever notice that?
And in that case, he's right. Plus, you put Houston's defense. They've held Utah to 86 points a game in this series. Houston's going to have to make threes. McGrady's going to have to be special, and they're going to have to defend.
Bad pass from Josh Smith, and a turnover. Just under 5.5 remaining here in the opening period. Rondo very aggressive. He's outplayed Bibby in this series, and Bibby, the one with all the playoff experience. Ray Allen, nice feed inside. Another good pass from Ray Allen.
The ability to come off and knock down shots keeps the defense honest. They have to help an unselfish and willing passer. Once again, Ray Allen finding Perkins underneath.
Here's Smith. As good a defender as Kevin Garnett is, Josh Smith is a tough cover.
Oh, a tough cover, but that's great defense. If you're a Kevin Garnett, your responsibility is to make Josh Smith a jump shooter. You live with him knocking down jumpers from the perimeter.
I don't call him Josh Smith. I call him Jay Smooth.
Garnett blocked, but a foul. Smith is a little shaken up on the play. He thought he drew the charge. Then Horford thought he had the block. Instead, it's Garnett going to the line. Got some brute.
You see Smith going for the offensive foul, a no call. Garnett trying to get to the rim. A little contact. Garnett goes to the line. Mike Woodson says, come on, you're better than that. That's a clean block. And I want to press rewind. You don't call him Josh Smith. What do you call him?
Jay Smooth. I thought it was smooth. It's smooth. S-M-O-O-V-E. Jay Smooth, stand up. Don't be flopping in a game 6.
And a good block. And Garnett hitting the second one. 5-point lead for the Celtics. Pierce on Johnson. Doc Rivers says that's been the biggest improvement for Pierce this year. He's picked up like everybody has defensively as Bibby misfires.
And that play right there, Bibby's screening for Joe Smith, was the play that gave the Celtics trouble in the fourth quarter of Game 4.
And offensive foul. Rondo with a moving screen. That's his second personal. And that brings out the old veteran Sam Cassell. Cassell signed late in the season. So much playoff experience with so many different teams. Has played with Kevin Garnett in the past in Minnesota, with Ray Allen in Milwaukee. He's played well in the Boston games, but he has struggled in both games here in Atlanta.
Well, he's a proven guy, and a guy you don't want to give open shots this time of year. The moves here, they don't affect Sam Cassell. He's been there and done that.
Smith at that time, and Perkins the rebound. Garnett calling for the ball. Spinning. Come on, nice moves, and puts it in. Well, it's the same way at the other end. Garnett's such a difficult cover for Smith.
Not much you can do there. Smith caught the 10 moves that Garnett gave him in a big-time finish.
Big-time finish down the other end. And it's 21-16.
And great body control to avoid the offensive foul.
You know, we've both been talking throughout the last couple of days. It's the way the Hawks have played here in games 3 and 4. It's almost shocking that they only won 37 games.
Well, first of all, I don't talk to you unless I have to, so I wasn't talking to you. But I agree with your basic premise.
Been the worst atmosphere in the NBA. You'd often find the visiting team with more vocal fans than fans of the Hawks. But it has been a great, great crowd in this series. Perkins, nice move.
And they're working Josh Smith over in the low post right now. Garnett previously, and then against a switch, Kendrick Perkins.
What those guys are doing is eliminating his jumping ability by putting the body on him and taking him to the rim.
Horford to Childress. Trying to find some room. Oh, nice move. With Celtics all around him. Josh Childress, one of the unsung heroes on this team. Jeff, you've always liked his game.
I think he's an outstanding wingman coming off the bench. Shoots a high percentage, great cutter off the ball, very good rebounder, and very long defender.
Sam Cassell knocks it down. How about the Celtics? 12 for 19 from the field. That's 63%.
Well, it's a veteran basketball team. They understood that the Hawks were going to come out fiery and really intense. Celtics send a message early in the ballgame.
Coming up on 2 minutes left, Horford knocks it down. Horford averaging a double-double in the playoffs.
And I like what Joe Smith's doing. He's coming off, he's taking the double team, and then he's making plays, and it's leading to easy opportunity. Did I say Joe Smith? Joe Johnson.
See, I got all these nicknames in your head. It's going to confuse you. What's the speed from you as a broadcaster, Jeff?
No, and the only thing I thought about when you said Doc was the all-time leading assist man in Hawks history, draft Chris Paul and Darren Williams and pass it up when you have not had a point guard, and that move could go back to haunt them for many years to come.
That was 2005. Marvin Williams was the second pick after the Bucks took Bogut Andrew Bogut from Australia, and then Williams and Chris Paul. Now that's why they made the Mike Bibby trade. Bibby has made a real nice difference as Posey with the steal.
Especially when you think about this is ACC territory, so they had Chris Paul in their backyard. They certainly should have known what he was capable of doing.
And Atlanta already had so many wing players. They had a crying need for a point guard, and they passed up what could be 2 Hall of Fame point guards.
Meanwhile, Pierce, nice move. He's 5 of 6, 11 points for Pierce. And lead is up to 8, largest here in the opening period. Joe Johnson. And Posey, Leon Poe, and Cassell, 3 bench players in there for Doc Rivers. Final minute of the opening period. Cassell. Loose inside, and Poe is fouled. And Poe.
You work as hard as this young man on the floor on a nightly basis, you're going to be a favorite of all the coaches that have the pleasure of coaching.
10-point lead for Boston. Crowd's gotten a little nervous. Zaza Pachulia in the game. Horford's jumper. And Poe the rebound.
And I really like how Boston's defending. They're taking away the basket area. They're making Atlanta play to their weakness, which is jump shooting. Very good execution by Boston's players defensively.
Shot clock at 5. Pierce, tough shot. Won't go. And a loose ball foul is going to go against Horford.
Attacking the basket and then closing late to Al Horford and making it.
Well, it's the free throws. Celtics have already used 11 guys and are up by a dozen. Crowd's got a little quiet after the raucous start. Johnson trying to find room. Nice defense. Good help. Johnson misses. And there's the buzzer. Boston Celtics.
The reason why they're good pickups, 2 guys that you can trust. They're not going to be afraid of the moment. And if anything happens, those guys can be inserted and can execute the game.
Smith's shot won't go, but a foul.
His left-hand drive.
And there's Smith. And the sound the first times. But a terrific shot blocker, 2nd in the NBA in block shots this year for the 2nd straight season behind Camby.
And this time of year, when you play in the playoffs, the entire country gets to see a Josh Smith that would not see him normally during the course of the season. So he's put himself in a good position to make a lot of money this offseason.
Restricted free agent as Pachulia picks it up. 3rd turnover for Boston. Smith again to the basket and then throws it out of bounds. And there's a Josh Smith play that sometimes you see great move to the basket, but then the bad pass.
He should have just shot the ball. It was again right at the basket area. And again, Boston's got to take away that left hand.
Cassell, nice shot from Cassell. One of the better post-up guards for a long time.
Has angles down to a science. Really takes advantage when you give him an angle. Does a good job of keeping you on his hip and making plays.
Law finding, nice pass. Childress to finish. Pretty feed from the rookie.
Young fella looked like Steve Nash using the baseline, keeping the dribble live, and then finding Childress.
Childress pounding Allen. Shot clock down to 7. Allen looking for an opening. Shot clock at 2. Cassell. 3-pointer won't go. Pachulia with the rebound. This stare down with Kevin Garnett got this crowd fired up. Back in game 3, Law to Pachulia. Inside, flips it in.
Boston is very, very small in the front court right now with Davis and Poe. When it was Garnett and Perkins, those shots are much more difficult to get up in the lane area.
And Doc Rivers calling a timeout. Played well for Phoenix, but wanted to be the man, wanted to be paid, and off he went to Atlanta as Ray Allen follows his own shot. 2.5 gone by here in the 2nd. Poe against Pachulia. Nice move. 6 points, 2 rebounds for Poe off the bench. Again, right away, you see two Celtics around. And a foul call on Posey. But this is the reason that Posey's here in Boston, is to defend wing players like Joe Johnson, right?
Well, he's the best option defensively, defending guys like Joe Johnson that Doc Rivers has.
And he can make three-point shots. But up here in the middle of the floor, it's a lot harder to double team. Here, he gets into his spin move. No double team coming.
Smith misses. Poe the rebound. Poe's been terrific off the bench. Meanwhile, Posey and the Celtics have done an excellent job on Joe Johnson. Just 3 shots. Cassell's shot won't go. Poe and Pachulia going at it. Here comes AC Law. 10-point game here in the second. Mark, what do you think of this rookie point guard?
I like him a lot. Patience, looks to make plays, does a great job of changing directions. That time careless, unforced error with the charge, post stepping in. But AC Law, good job of changing directions, changing speeds, just needs more time on the floor.
One of his favorite players growing up, Ray Allen. Now facing Ray Allen. How is that when you're a player, you love the guy growing up, and then all of a sudden you have to go against him out on an NBA court?
You still respect him, still appreciate him, but at the same time you go after him. I remember as a kid playing against Magic Johnson, I wanted to pinch myself at the bottom line. I had to compete.
36-26, 10-point lead for the Celtics. Johnson to the basket, knocked out of bounds, still Hawks ball. In the NBA to win this year. NBA playoffs first round on ESPN tonight. Shot gets the bounce as Josh Smith gets it to go.
That's what Josh Smith has to do. Don't settle for jump shots. You are after skill and the ability to put the ball on the floor and put pressure on Kevin Garnett and the Celtic defense.
9 for Smith. Cassell trying to find some room. Leon Poe. No, they're going to wave it off. An offensive foul. Doc Rivers beside himself on the call, although 2 different officials had the same call. Wasn't a big shove, but he definitely. Allen trying to put some pressure as Bibby returns. Johnson. Marvin Williams left open. Back to a 6-point game. Williams has 6 himself.
Talking to the coaches of the Hawks, they said, hey, this guy has the mid-range jump shot down pat.
Pachulia getting a little carried away. Puts both hands on Garnett. And that's his second personal. First team foul with 7:09 remaining here in the second. He's still going at him. Cassell with Bibby. He loves that turnaround shot. Not that time. Ray Allen comes up with a loose ball. Right place, right time for Ray Allen.
Boston got pounded on the board both games here in Atlanta, and tonight they are pounding the Hawks with second shots.
First points for Ray Allen. Williams again left open. Again knocks it down. Nobody near him.
I love the patience of Joe Johnson, not trying to do too much, finding open teammates that time, waiting until the rotation occurred, and hitting Marvin Williams and Rivers.
But when he backs out toward the sideline, the Celtics should release off that double team so then they can cover shooters instead of getting stretched out in their double team.
Here's a whistle. That basket won't count, but went. Starting to get a little physical again. We've seen it throughout the series. And Bibby picking up the personal. That's his first.
If you're Mike Bibby defending Paul Pierce, you're taking a lot of the contact. Pierce just backs him in. Good job of sealing and then posting him up. A lot of contact, but Paul Pierce puts so much pressure on the guy defending.
He is so strong when he catches in the low post. You've got to play him with somebody who both has lateral quickness and enough strength.
Rondo back in now for Boston. Shot clock winding down. Garnett. Short. Rondo the rebound. He is a terrific rebounder for a point guard, especially at his size. We're at the midway point of the second. Bibby on Pierce. Pierce finding Rondo. Looking for an opening. Shot clock winding down. Rondo, that's a 2. And Pachulia deflects it out. Johnson inside, blocked by Perkins. And it's still Hawks ball.
Defense, they've given up 7-second shots so far to Boston.
Ball deflected by Rondo. Rondo very active out there. Marvin Williams short. Perkins able to haul it in. Celtics look to push this time. Pierce, a blocking foul. Josh Smith goes down. That's his second. That was a bang-bang play. You know, I agree with you, Mark. We say this all the time. What did you think of the call, though?
That's a tough call. I'd either agree nor disagree. I just think that's either way you call it, the other side's going to be up. I would have said, Bob, Delaney, you're trying your best. That's all I can ask for.
What's that phrase you use, Mark? That's fake hustle.
Yeah, you kidding me? You're talking about two guys that's witnessed you firsthand.
Man.
We saw ugly incident after ugly incident. 7-point lead for the Celtics. Johnson trying to find a little groove, blocked again from behind, and then a whistle, and it's going to go against Perkins. It's been a chippy series, and it continues to be.
Right now, I got to find a way to get an open shot. Realize that they're helping off of you also. He has to be aggressive offensively.
Bibby, nice feed. Pachulia. Boy, he thread the needle on that one. Well, if you don't get your open shot, find a beautiful pass for your teammate. Bibby with 5 assists. Garnett trying to get untracked. And there's Kevin Garnett with his second field goal.
I love when your body language speaks for you. Basically, he said, get out of my way, and took Pachulia one-on-one.
Pachulia, he can shoot. Zaza Pachulia able to knock it down. Rondo. Smith to the basket. And Pachulia couldn't handle a pass.
But again, he's got to shoot the ball at the basket. He's all the way to the rim. His thought is good. Be unselfish, but making proper decisions is even more important. Shot pass decisions, he's made 2 critical errors.
He has 4 turnovers. Pachulia trying to help out. Pierce getting a lot of contact. He thought he was fouled. Here comes Bibby. Johnson for 3. And Bibby the rebound. Bibby left open, flips it up and in. And the Hawks cut it to 3. The building has come alive again. Majority of the fans on their feet. Williams right up on Pierce. Pierce and a foul. Shot won't count before the shot. As Marv Williams picks up his second and the 14th foul.
See what Mike Bibby is doing off the offensive set. Good one-hand crisp pass to Pachulia in traffic. Playing with energy and passion. Offensive rebound, puts the ball on the floor. You don't defend me. Little floater in the paint.
3.5 left in the second. Celtics have led by as many as 12. But the Hawks coming back like they've done often in the series. Pierce, quick move inside, and Perkins the finish. The unselfish play there from Pierce.
What the Hawks did poorly that time is help the helper. You have to come and keep a body on the big man.
Pachulia the rebound off the miss. There was a lot of contact, but Perkins went straight up. That was an excellent defensive play. Bibby finds himself an opening and drills it. Mike Bibby, the most playoff experience on these Hawks. Played 51 games in the playoffs for the Sacramento Kings. A lot of big games, but he's struggled in the series so far. Shot clock at 5. Shot clock at 2. Pierce blocked by Smith. His second rejection. And then Garnett, smart play to prevent what would have been an easy 2 for the Atlanta Hawks. we'll have a timeout as this building is erupted again.
Harper was telling us earlier today that he's glad he doesn't have to sit with his mom during the games. She yells so much it's embarrassing. He said if I wasn't playing, there's no way I'd sit next to her. She is so excited and such a huge Hawks fan, obviously.
See, Coach would know. I can't relate to that because my mom is so quiet at the ball game.
As Smith misses the dunk, he thought he was fouled. Marvin Williams on the drive, plenty of contact.
The best Marie Jackson story I've ever seen was my first year in the NBA, as we see Smith driving to the rim. But Marie comes from her seat on a bad call against Mark and starts singing Three Blind Mice. And
His mom was just praying. To the high school age, it was time for him. She felt he had a chance in the NBA. She sent him to the United States, to Michigan, to live with his dad, Tito. And that's where he really started to blossom as a basketball player, and obviously winning a couple of championships at the University of Florida.
Got to give a lot of credit to Billy Donovan, the head coach of Florida, having guys prepared when they step into this league.
Meanwhile, Williams the foul. Garnett hits the first.
with their middle name, like Stuart X. Scott and John Y. Berry.
What's with the nicknames tonight?
No, it's not nicknames. It's just like Stephen A. Smith. They got to go with the middle name initial. It gives
You have too much free time.
an air of sophistication.
What's your middle initial?
W for William.
You say that so proudly.
I am. I'm named after my dad.
Coach Bill.
That's right.
And a foul on the entry pass. This one's going to go against Leon Poe. And you see Garnett go.
So one time at the end of my career, I tried to
Say, if you were able to do it, would you?
No, and you should like start shot faking.
Pachulia knocks down the second one. And Pachulia with 7 points off the bench. 3-point game as we come up on 1 minute remaining here in the second quarter. Pierce seeing a double team. Cassell back in. Garnett. Oh, blocked, but a go. They call a goaltend, hit the rim. Or hit the backboard, I should say. Solomon Jones, who's been getting some spot defensive duty coming in here. And hits it off the backboard, so 2 points. Bibby fires. Pachulia tips it over Poe.
And that's just a size rebound. Poe was in good position, blocked out, but not as long or as big as Zaza.
Blocking foul on Cassell. Celtics in the penalty, so AC Law will shoot 2.
That's what we talked about. AC Law's ability to change direction and change speed. Could have been frustrated. Showed trust, went back to him, and now is rewarding his coach's trust.
A 20-second timeout called, and every coach has talked about it. I mean, the TV ratings are up. Attendance is up. They've sold out all the playoff games. Next year, they've already sold more season tickets. A lot of it started after Mike Bibby was acquired, and also Horford has become such a fan favorite here in Atlanta the way he plays.
You can't help but embrace this young team when you look at them play. They go about their business, they battle and compete.
Just like Childress, good defensive work there as the Celtics turn it over. It's about a 2-second. Once again, a majority of the fans standing up. Law looking for an opening. Childress blocked by Garnett, gets it back, and he draws the foul. Good second effort from Childress. Childress, the young man out of Stanford, will shoot 2.
Good aggressiveness, catches the basketball, had guys wide open, but
Coverage double figure scoring, and he's that kind of player where you never have a play call for him, and has one of the. A little strange, right?
Yeah, but they have to be worried about a long pass to Ray Allen right now. Everybody's committed up. Watch Garnett throwing a baseball pass linked to the court.
They do not have a foul to give. Rondo, Bibby does a good job slowing him down. That'll count if it goes. Nearly puts it in.
5 games, And here they gave up 18 free throws in the first half. Part of good defense is playing defense without fouling.
Foul trouble, not really an issue. Perkins has 3, but he's the only player on either team with 3 as we have a whistle and a foul. I believe it's going to go against Horford. No, it's against Smith, and that's his 3rd as we check in with Michelle.
Well, guys, I spoke with Mike Woodson as he returned to the floor. He said we cannot give up 32 points in a quarter as we did in the first. The 18-point second quarter is where we need to be. His biggest concern, pretty obvious, keep the big 3 in check, Mike.
All right, Michelle, Pierce early had it going, finding Garnett with 3 on the shot clock, and Garnett nails the jumper. Garnett just 2 of 7 in the first half, but he now has 9 points. Mike Bibby, good solid first half, 6 points and 5 assists for Bibby. Smith draws the foul, smart play, and Garnett picks up his 2nd personal.
Smart play, high IQ play, and going to the line.
So Smith, as we said, 2nd in the NBA. These are his first playoffs. In fact, the only 2 players on Atlanta that had any playoff experience was Joe Johnson and Mike Bibby. For everyone else, it's their first playoff experience. Mike Woodson said they were very nervous in the first couple of games in Boston. They're not nervous anymore.
I think it's an advantage having a team that's inexperienced at times as Bibby commits the foul on Perkins underneath because they don't know any better.
Foul on Woodson. Mike Woodson yelling at Bob Delaney, who tees him up. And in a game like this, in an elimination game, you know, we say it all the time, sometimes 1 point can make the difference. You don't want to be giving away points, especially to the Celtics with a guy like Ray Allen, who's such a great free throw shooter.
Trying to send a message, picking up a technical foul. If you're Mike Woodson, there's no message to be sent.
And give Bob Delaney a lot of credit. When he first yelled at him, he walked away, he let him in the heat of the moment vent. When he came back at him the 2nd time, that's when he hit him up with the well-deserved technical foul. I'm sure they were sitting at home just wondering, as they were eating a little snack, I wonder how many playoff games these 3 have officiated.
Well, even you said before the game, this is a good crew.
Yeah, we could have left it at that.
A foul on Rondo. So that's 3 on Rondo. I mentioned nobody had 3. Now all of a sudden several players 3. Perkins with 3. Rondo with 3. Smith with 3 as well. Rivers.
I could never pull off that pinstripe suit.
Bibby misses. Allen the rebound.
Are you saying that you pull off gray suits or navy blue suits or black suits?
Point well taken. Thank you very much.
Allen off the dribble. Good defense from Smith. Allen, quick release. In and out. Smith couldn't handle a pass. And they turn it over for the 8th time.
A good idea offensively, but if you're the Hawks right now, too many missed assignments defensively. Ray Allen can't have a knockdown jump shot. He got away the last possession.
Rondo. Lost it. We'll go down the other way.
And I like the way Boston started the game and the 2nd half, playing through Pierce in the post and Garnett in the post. I would go back to that, getting the offense settled into some continuity and some consistency.
Johnson has been unable to get it going, yet the Hawks are right there. It's got to be a real positive. Garnett, the deflection saved by Pierce. Ball nearly taken by Smith, and Pierce comes out of the pack. Pierce steps back. Oh, good patience and an easy 2 for Garnett.
When you are a scorer, the defense has to react. The patience of Pierce forced the defense to come to him, gets the ball to Garnett.
Lead back up to 6. Blocking foul called, and Pierce will pick up his 2nd.
So now Paul Pierce, his 2nd. Team turn.
Pierce, who continues to move up the Celtics charts, 6th all-time leading scorer now. He's the only player in the Celtics that remained from the last time they advanced to the 2nd round. Back in 2002, Smith way off the mark. 2003, I should say.
If you're the Hawks, you have to realize they're double teaming Joe Johnson. So put yourself in position to catch and make a play.
Oh, what a block from Smith. Garnett at point blank range. That's his third rejection.
Pushing the ball ahead, Rondo finds Garnett. Looks like he has an easy one. Smith says, not on my watch.
That's close to being a jump ball, that one. Ball deflected out of bounds. Smith is a talented shot blocker. Garnett, nice feed, Perkins. And a lead back up to 8, 7 straight points.
One team getting quality possessions, getting wide open looks. The other team struggling.
Horford. A soft touch from Horford. Rondo looking for Garnett. They're just collapsing. Bad play from Rondo. Good defense from the Hawks. Here comes Smith. Smith to the basket, blocked by Garnett. Thrown out of bounds for his third rejection of the game. And he's talking to Smith nonstop.
How about KG? Smith blocks his shot, says, I can do the same thing. I am Hobbs. Get it out of here. I'm the defensive player of the year.
Joe Johnson was telling us, Garnett, he talks to the opponents, he talks to himself, he talks to his teammates, he talks to the fans.
Horford misses.
And when you're doubling Joe Johnson, it's imperative that you have good shooting big men to take advantage of those shots that are going to produce themselves due to the double team.
Smith on Pierce. Pierce, little slide there, and a travel.
And you make a great point as far as good shooting big men, but I also will take it a step further. Their big men have the ability to put the ball on the floor and make plays. They can't settle off of Joe Johnson's double. They have to make a play.
They're telling the reserves on the Celtic bench get off the court. And you've watched that through Boston. Their reserves stand up almost the entire game.
As we have an offensive foul. It's going to go against Smith, and that's 4 now on Josh Smith.
There you see the guys, they're up all the time, both home and on the road. This team has great chemistry, great camaraderie right from the start of the season. The players would tell you that their preseason trip to Rome was a big part of that. It really brought them together. A lot of teams don't like to go across to Europe. It takes its toll physically, but in the Celtics case, it made a very big positive difference.
To a man, they point to that being the reason that they've had such a successful season, because they created a bond individually and collectively.
Could be the foul.
All I'm saying is they could have taken their team 2 years. That's it. You know what? It's like Doc Rivers said before the game. If that's what they want to believe.
And then ABC on Sunday will have a couple of games, a doubleheader. Will they be game 7s or will they be game 1s?
You know, watching Josh Smith pick up his 4th foul, Mike Woodson taking him out of the ball game, very frustrated and angry with Woodson for taking him out. You have to trust that your coach, his job is to make the proper decisions. You be ready if you're Josh Smith.
They've had their differences of opinion before. Williams on the drive, Pierce the foul.
And one of the problems with double teaming is when you close out of the double teams, you're at a disadvantage if you perimeter jump shot. Challenge the Boston.
Williams now for the game with 13 points. 6-point advantage for the Celtics. Still early third quarter. Ray Allen trying to post up Bibby. There's a 3. Won't go. And Williams the rebound. Johnson sets it up. There you see again 3 Celtics all looking to converge on Joe Johnson. They do not want him to get off. Johnson trying to create. Shot clock at 5. Ball kicked. And that will reset the shot clock to 14.
That was outstanding team defense by the Celtics. Recognizing Rondo in a mismatch on Joe Johnson. They helped, they supported, and they made him give the ball up twice.
Pachulia, bad pass. You know, we saw that defense. Jeff, statistically, they were the best. They were the top defensive team you saw all year.
Well, they were certainly the top defensive team in the regular season, where their urgency, intensity, and scheme being the best defensive team in the playoffs.
That's why the Spurs trying to win their 5th championship in 10 years. Of course, that series, as we mentioned, starts tomorrow on TNT. How about watching Chris?
Joy to watch. Both guys run teams.
It's going to be a pick and roll buffet.
Garnett, it's the second, 63-55. Celtics by 8. They led by as many as 12 in the second quarter. The Hawks, their only lead was when they scored the first points of the game. Johnson knocks it down. How about that? He's only 2 for 8. Hasn't been a factor at all offensively, and they're right there, only down by 6.
But, Mike, I think he's been their biggest factor offensively because he's taken on the double team. Instead of trying to force it, he's been a willing passer.
Allen knocks it down. And that shows you again the type of team attitude that he has, that he won't look because he knows he's relying on scoring. As Allen called for a foul. It was a Twix bar, which you have like several right in front of you. And at that time, Atlanta was leading the series 3-2. They lost a heartbreaker here in Game 6, and then lost another heartbreaker in Game 7. Rondo, faked the pass to no one, and able to get the layup.
They really got caught. Looked to make the pass, but the defense was there, forced to shoot the basketball.
Bibby fires away. Bibby puts it in. It's been a little perplexing on his struggles because he was a big-time playoff performer for the Sacramento Kings.
And a big-time clutch shooter.
Rondo, not that time. Ball tipped to take it by Pachulia. Ahead to Bibby. Bibby eludes Pierce. Blocked for the goaltend. So Bibby now with 10 points. Inadvertently hit in the face. Bob Delaney saying, come on, I know you didn't mean it, but it's a foul. Again, nothing intentional, just trying to knock it away. Of course, these two went face to face. One season turnaround in NBA history, yet here they are in a battle in Game 6 in the first round.
And I think that one play really gave the Hawks life. Pachulia standing up to Kevin Garnett, making.
They're waving their thunder sticks, Jeff.
But one of the worst in-arena inventions of all time. Make noise by yourself. You shouldn't need props.
You do a good job, Mike, of just putting it by the rim and allowing this guy to go up and get it. All you had to do is say thunder sticks, and he took care of the business.
Pachulia misses. Late whistle, but a foul. As Perkins picks up the personal. That's 4 on Perkins.
That was a very poor decision.
I agree with you. And the reason why is because it wasn't intentional. Unintentional play. Did not attempt to slug LeBron James.
Garnett lays it in. Sangaila missing tonight's game, which the Wizards were eliminated by the Cavaliers. Just under 4.5 remaining here in this third quarter. Bibby, nice feed to Hartford.
And you love the fact that Mike Bibby all of a sudden has become aggressive on the offensive end, looking to take shots and also make plays. That time, dribble penetration, finding Hartford.
Rondo, Pierce for 3. That's good. Paul Pierce from downtown. They've been shooting extremely well from three-point range in the series. Not tonight. That one puts them back up by 8.
Well, if you're the Hawks, if that's Rondo taking that shot, is okay. You cannot allow airspace to Paul Pierce and Ray Allen when you're trying to get a stop.
Johnson answers back with a 2. Doc Rivers telling Ray Allen, get up on him, get into him.
They want him to drive into the teeth of the defense versus shoot pull-up jump shots.
Rondo, the fake pass again. Garnett, the tip won't go. Bibby able to track it down. He knocked his headband loose, but he keeps the ball. And then a foul. Bibby foul from behind. Good balance from Mike Bibby to hold on to it, even after his headband got knocked crooked. That's 4 fouls on Pierce.
Chasing down a loose basketball, and then hesitation, gets knocked down by Paul Pierce, trailing the defense, going to the line, and then making plays on the offensive end. Dribble penetration, KG comes over.
Sheldon Williams, Teron Lue, Anthony Johnson, Lorenzen Wright in a second-round pick. When Bibby first came here, he hurt his heel, and first like 15 games or so, he just wasn't healthy. He was still coming back from thumb surgery that he had in the preseason, where he missed the first 36 games of the year. But then once he got
coaches, they said, hey, the guy that's going to benefit the most from this trade is AC Law. He was learning from career backup guys like Anthony Johnson and Tyronn Lue and Speedy Claxton. Now he's learning from a proven start in this league in Mike Bibby.
5-point game, 3 minutes to play, third quarter. Ray Allen gets off the shot and able to knock it down. Allen with 13. Bibby. Now Bibby being aggressive. Horford the fake. Horford the pass. Childress the finish.
That's exactly what we were talking about. Not settling for the jump shot. Big skilled guy. Put the ball on the floor and make a play for somebody else.
Once again, the Hawks hanging in there. Garnett the fake. Drives. Tough shot. Banks it in. 18 for Garnett. The team's now exchanging baskets. Kevin Garnett has 11 points here in the third. Horford can't get it to fall, gets the rebound, goes back up, and he's fouled before the foul. Leon Poe, who was down, called for the foul. Celtics in the penalty. 5-point game, under 2 to play in the third. Rondo, Posey, Leon Poe, Ray Allen, and Kevin Garnett out there now for the Boston Celtics. Allen, jumper, it's good. 16 points for Ray Allen. And again, good balance scoring. Garnett has 18, 16 for Allen, and 15 for Pierce. Both teams with balance scoring here tonight. Joe Johnson. Childress, nice catch, but he can't finish. Horford keeps it alive. Garnett takes it. Pachulia is fouled. Terrific effort from both clubs.
Well, what's crucial this time of year, multiple effort. Joe Johnson making the play, putting it on the floor. Missed opportunity, but active hands keeping the ball alive. Pachulia coming up with the foul.
Here in the league from the Republic of Georgia. He's a second. He's a good player. He's been banged up a little bit this year, but good, tough, hard-nosed player, right, Jeff?
He is, and he's got quick feet. He's very physical. He's turnover prone. He's foul prone. But as a backup, I like his demeanor. Intense, aggressive, enthusiastic.
Rondo. There's a go for the fake. Good defense that time. Blocked from behind from Barbara Williams. Williams alley-oop to Childress. And it's a 4-point game. Excellent defense from Pachulia, not going for the fake, and that gave Williams a chance to help out.
Looking to make Kevin Garnett a jump shooter, and then pushing the ball in transition off of stops.
Rondo, dangerous pass to Poe. Poe gets hit in the head. Horford hit him, and Poe will go to the line.
And Hawks at home, quality, no missed assignments, held defense by Williams. Bibby gets the ball ahead, and then Williams, spectacular pass to the rim to Childress.
And Pachulia fired up. This series 3 and by 19. Then the Hawks won 2 close games by 9 and by 5 here since 1999, and they have taken the opportunity and made the most of it. It has been a great, great atmosphere. Bibby
goes in. Tough shot. Here comes Ray Allen quickly down the other end. Reverse. Pretty play from Ray Allen to score quickly.
What you have to be committed to doing if you're the Atlanta Hawks is getting back in transition. You got to stop the basketball that time, allowing Ray Allen to get to the rim.
Shot clock turned off as we wind down the third quarter. Bibby puts it up. Won't go. Childress taps it in at the buzzer. Josh Childress with the effort. And it's a three-point game as with Horford and Bibby out there for Atlanta. Horford, little out of control. Dived on by Posey, but Bibby picks it up. Shot clock winding down. Marvin Williams on the drive. Puts it in. 1-point game.
Cassell's had trouble defensively, so they really only have Paul Pierce to go to as a primary option.
He's going with some of these veterans with playoff experience over the younger guys, at least to start the fourth, is P.J. Brown. In and out. Horford the rebound. Celtics have led almost the entire game. Bibby won't go. Williams the rebound. Atlanta leads. Their first lead since 2-0.
And in knowing that Paul Pierce is the only guy that can hurt you, Marvin Williams, Josh, they have to do the job defending him. Help has to come quick.
Pierce on the pull-up. Pokes it in.
See, and I'm thinking Atlanta should be doubling Pierce right now and making him pass and make plays to the lesser offensive players the Celtics have on the floor.
Couldn't agree with you more. They have to play him like Joe Johnson is being defended.
P.J. Brown, count it! And a foul! P.J. Brown dragged down Horford, and the rookie stayed with the play. Was able to put it in. Let's see if they do count it.
I'm not sure that should have counted because I think he traveled as he was being fouled. I couldn't see his feet, but if he traveled,
Then it should be a foul before the travel, but it shouldn't be a continuation. That's pretty close. They count it, and Horford completes the three-point play.
Now, how many times in this league, fourth quarter, it comes down to getting stops defensively, and Horford's mom enjoying the scene.
Joe Johnson on Pierce. Pierce taking his time. 5 on the shot clock. Puts it out. Posey for 3. Won't go. Johnson the rebound. Bibby for 3. And Leon Poe hauls it in. They haven't hit a three-pointer. They've only taken 5, but unable to knock one down tonight, Atlanta. Pierce taking his time, finding Poe, and Poe able to bank it in. Good game off the bench for Poe with 9. The Celtics saying somebody besides Joe Johnson's going to beat us. Johnson over Pierce. Remember in game 4, Joe Johnson had 20 of his 35 points in the fourth quarter when Atlanta outscored them 32-17.
People may think I'm crazy by saying this, but Joe Johnson is playing as well tonight as he did in that ball game. Great decision making on his behalf.
Well, Posey, of course, who won a championship with the Heat back in 2006. And a foul call on Garnett, his third. And Williams going back to the Hawks locker room, still limping, although not as bad as when he got off the floor. Hopefully he'll be okay. Poe comes out, Perkins back in. Bibby fires away. Bibby. Cassell running the show, though Rondo just gets off the bench. He's going to check in on the next whistle for the Celtics.
Hawks doing a good job on, or Johnson on Pierce. Shot clock winding down. Cassell for three. And the rebound for Smith. Horford backs in and draws the foul on Posey.
And the impressive to Bibby, creating the contact and going to the line.
This will be the 34th and 35th free throw for Atlanta. Says he quietly commands respect among his teammates. And you talk to people here in Atlanta that he's become really one of the leaders for this team, despite the fact that he's a rookie and he's only 21 years old.
There's no rules on when you can be a leader. Give this guy credit. Came into this league prepared and certainly is one of the leaders in that Hawks locker room.
Garnett deflected and stolen. Bibby to Childress. Childress goes in, blocking foul. And more free throws coming up for Atlanta. Five fouls now on Paul Pierce.
Well, no secret, if you're the Hawks, it starts on the defensive end. Get stops, crucial moments, push the ball in transition. Childress going to the line to stretch the lead.
You know, in that game 4, as Pierce goes to the bench, you know, Joe Johnson, we said he had the 20 points in the fourth quarter, but when we asked him about it, he said the key in that fourth quarter, our defense was great.
As Posey, other than that, their defense has been picture perfect.
And this free throw differential has been huge all series long. It's really the only statistical area that they've dominated the Hawks in. And they're already in the bonus this early in the fourth quarter, which bodes well for a driving team.
2-point Atlanta lead. Trying to force a game 7 on Sunday. Rondo looking for Garnett. Smith doing a good job. Garnett, 2 on the shot clock. In and out. Rebound taken by Childress. Rondo with a mismatch on Johnson. There's the double team. Allen bumps him. Shot clock at 8. Johnson on the drive. Stripped and fouled. And more.
Forcing the issue, forcing the contact. Once again, a solid offensive trip for Mike Woodson's troops.
And that foul right there was a no-brainer. They're driving the ball hard to the rim right now, and the Celtics have to square their bodies up more and make them shoot it up over the top.
I'll tell you what, if I'm Mike Woodson, I would have kept Josh Smith in the ballgame and put him on Perkins instead of Garnett.
Rondo back outside. Pierce on the pull-up. Won't go. Garnett the rebound. They get a new 24. Bibby with the steal, but Pierce takes it back. Rondo lobs it into Garnett. Ray Allen can't get it to fall. The Celtics can't buy a bucket now. Bibby, not a good shot, too quick. But they get a new 24.
Not a good shot at all. You have to play through Joe Johnson. He has made the proper decisions. Get him the basketball.
Almost the entire building on its feet. Horford. Shot clock winding down. Poked away by Perkins. Horford falling away. Can't get it to fall. And Pierce has it taken away by Horford. Both teams extending themselves. Johnson to the basket. Misses it. Petrulia's tip won't go. And Garnett outlets to Pierce. So many of these shots so close as we come up on the 5-minute mark. Pierce to Garnett. Garnett, bad pass, stolen by Bibby. The Hawks defense once again here in the fourth quarter, an excellent job. Childress up and in, count it, and a foul. A 6-point lead on this 9-0 run.
Once again, Joe Johnson, the Childress, doesn't settle for the jump shot. Puts the ball on the floor, attacks the paint area. Didn't look like any contact, but a big-time move by Childress at the rim.
How did this team win only 37 games? What a performance. And the foul, they're calling it on Pierce, and that would be his 6th. The Celtics are saying no, that it wasn't Pierce. They're trying to argue. Doc Rivers talking about Delaney.
He called it away from the ball. It wasn't on the Childress drive. It was on the sink to Pachulia as the ball went up in the air.
And a technical foul has been called on Paul Pierce. What terrible timing for that. You understand his frustration, but you've got to control yourself in this situation.
Left Bob Delaney no choice but to give him a technical foul. Threw his headband down, had to make the call, technical foul, and Johnson goes to the line.
And knocks that down. Now Pachulia will only take one shot because the foul came after a made basket. Pierce can't believe it. And as you said, Jeff, it wasn't on Childress's play. It was away from the ball on Pachulia. So it's one shot for Jaja Pachulia as the lead is now ballooned to 7.
But the Celtics need poise right now. You're only down 7 on the road. They've made some inexplicable decisions on the offensive end, and they've just got to be solid and get shots at the basket.
Still plenty of time remaining, but a 10-point turnaround here in the fourth quarter. Celtics led by 3. It's now a 7-point Atlanta lead. Rondo, nice move inside, but way off the mark.
The interesting thing right now is the Hawks look like the veteran team. The Celtics are collapsing on the offensive end. Hawks getting stops, and once again, patient offensively with the basketball.
And this is where Rondo, for the first time, has shown some inexperience.
Childress backs out, shot clock at 2. Childress falls down. Horford just gets it off, and that's a 24-second violation, and it did not hit the rim. Celtics haven't scored in almost 5 minutes. Hawks on a 10-0 run. Cassell back in for Rondo. Pachulia on Garnett. Garnett, tough shot, puts it in. And that makes it a 5-point game.
And I like the substitution by Doc Rivers, putting the more offensive-minded Cassell in the game to help space the floor.
That ends that nearly 5-minute scoring drought for Boston. 3.5 remaining. Joe Johnson looking. Kicks it out. Bibby for 3. Childress another rebound. Josh Childress continues to do the little things for this team.
Another outstanding find by Joe Johnson. Bibby just wasn't able to knock down the shot.
Posey now is on Johnson. But again, they're getting it out of his hands. Johnson on the drive, stripped and stolen. Cassell ahead to Allen. One man to beat. Allen up and in and banks it in.
And the Hawks are doing a poor job offensively. They're letting the clock wind down versus attacking earlier in the clock so they have more time.
Out. Cassell and Ray Allen in the backcourt. Bibby with the shot clock down to 5. Bibby on the drive. Off balance, foul by Ray Allen. And the Celtics have been in the penalty. So Bibby to the free throw line. In 43rd free throw of the game for Atlanta. And Bibby, these playoff games come down to who hits their free throws.
It's such a make or miss league, and you need to get 2. And I agree with you, Mark. The shot clock is becoming their enemy on too many possessions. You got to get into quick hitting things that are simple and sound.
Cassell and Posey, a couple of bench players out there right now for Boston. Doc Rivers going with his veterans. Ray Allen way off the mark on the 3. Celtics are just not getting good shots. I mean, the defense is a big part of it.
Now you got to get the ball into the hands of Joe Johnson quicker and allow him to make a better decision as the defense has.
Bibby puts it up. That won't go. And here come the Celtics under 2 to go. They're down 4. Trying to advance to the second round. A meeting with Cleveland that would start on Sunday. They do not want a Game 7 against these Hawks. Posey for three. Won't go again. Big rebound. That's a three. Again short. Allen gets it back. Misses the layup. Gets it back again. Misses again. Perkins. That shot won't go, but a foul. And Perkins will shoot two.
Somebody put a body on somebody and seal a deal defensively. If you are committed, you'll find a way to get it done.
Perkins, a bad free throw shooter during the regular season at 62%, but in the playoffs, he's 12 for 14. He's over 85%.
He said like Shaq, he makes them when they count.
You stole my line. You beat me to the punch.
And look at that. Steps up and knocks down both free throws. Perkins for his career only 62% from the line. And it's a two-point game with a minute and a half to play. Chance of let's go Hawks. Johnson with 6 on the shot clock. Bibby back to Johnson. Posey right on him. Johnson the fake. That's a three. Bang!
If you're Atlanta, you can't afford the help off of the perimeter guys. Live with KG making a post move one-on-one.
Hawks have outscored the Celtics 21-13 in this fourth quarter. Atlanta has a foul to give. Ray Allen, three-pointer won't go. Garnett back out. Allen on the drive, kicks it out. Posey for three. That's good. James Posey from downtown, and it's a two-point game.
Helping on the perimeter drive. You can live with Ray Allen taking a tough shot. You can't help off of Posey. Bibby does, and he pays the price.
And this is a good adjustment. After double teaming Joe Johnson, they're denying it back to him. Mike Bibby's got to be more aggressive offensively.
Johnson triple team. Tough shot. Rebound Posey. I want to correct myself. Hawks do not have a foul to give as the Celtics call timeout with 20.3 seconds remaining.
But if Marvin Williams can't move, it'll lead to an open shot.
Again, Hawks do not have a foul to give. Allen for three. Won't go. Johnson a rebound, and they have to foul. The shot was there. Wouldn't fall. And now two free throws from Johnson that could give Atlanta a 4-point lead. And this season, 83%.
Three-point shot by Ray Allen.
Clutch free throws for Joe Johnson. And Boston uses its final timeout as the Hawks go up by 4. Garnett inside, quick bucket with 8.7 remaining. A perfect setup that time for the Celtics. Good ball denial. Bibby gets it and immediately fouled by Rondo. So Mike Bibby will go to the free throw line. Misses one or both. Big miss right there. Celtics still alive.
You have no choice. The right play is the foul.
1 for 2, three-point game. Let's see what they do. Celtics need a three. Final seconds. Rondo coming up. Doesn't look like they're going to foul. 1 second to go. Rondo puts it up. It's over. And a Game 7 is coming up Sunday in Boston. The 8th seed has forced a Game 7 against the Boston Celtics, winners of 66 games during the regular season. What a performance in the fourth quarter from Joe Johnson and the Hawks.